Tyranny is never called tyranny. It's called safety, bailout, or economic handout. Hey, gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and we're going into a world of craziness, world of dictatorship, world of tyranny, not only in America, but in many of the free countries, ladies and gentlemen, many of the free countries. Okay. And I just posted this yesterday on my Facebook account, and I want to take a moment to talk about this because what's really troubling is that we're at times right now where governments are just being dictators. For example, they're not allowing their citizens to buy seeds, to plant food, to grow food so they can feed their children, okay? Which is freaking crazy. Now, I'm not sure what state you're in, but where I'm at, there's been food runs on grocery stores for months now, and I've been reporting to you. It's hard to find eggs. It's almost impossible to find masks. It's almost impossible to find hand sanitizers. A lot of different foods are there's a shortage of it. I don't care what state you're in, and I see it the same in many states. And now we're at the state where Big Brother wants the people to starve to death versus growing food. In the last collapse, the Greatest Depression, the president came out and the government wanted everyone to have, you know, gardens, for the people to feed themselves. But in this crash, they want tyranny, ladies and gentlemen. In this greatest depression, they want tyranny. They want to take our rights away. They want to strip us so the powers to be can have more power. The king and the noblemen want the presidents to starve to death so they can have massive control over us. And it's ridiculous because seed is life. Seed is life. Without seed, there is no life. And they're inhibiting people to grow their own food when there is surely a food shortages. Like I've gone to Whole Foods, I've gone to Costco. You can see around that there is less food available every time I go in there. Every time I go in there, there's less and less food available. And for Big Brother to come out and say, look, I'm not going to allow you guys to buy seeds so you can plant your own food, so you can feed your kids, feed your grandparents, it's just ridiculous. And that brings me to what I talked about. Tyranny is never called tyranny, right? And we're living in a world where Big Brother is just stepping all over us, taking our rights away. They're telling us to sit at home. They're telling us to shut up off our businesses. They're telling us to not to go to work. They're telling us to, sit at home and get a bailout, stick your hand out and get something for free. And the crazy thing is that, there's trillions of dollars that supposed to be bailed out. Only 20% of it went for the average man in America. Only 20%. 80% of that bailout went to the richest companies, the richest families in America, from airlines to the casinos to the hotel industry, you name it, the mortgage company, so on, ladies and gentlemen, and to the bankers. So we can see that in this power struggle, in this power play, Big Brother and the noblemen's, the Fortune 500 companies, the people closest to the printing press, are doing everything in their power to change and take away our freedoms. And I know something about tyranny. I grew up in Iran with a dictator government. Guys, you don't want to live like that, man. I'm telling you, you don't want to live like that. And today we are having so many people just begging the government to take their rights away on my Facebook feed. It blows me away. There's so many snitches and people trying to call the police and other people because they're not staying at home. They're trying to practice their freedom, right? If you feel like, you should stay at home, then by all means do it. But to put the force on everyone else to stay at home, that's just like ridiculous because, we are free. We have the right to migrate. We have the right to collect food for our family. We have the right to work and provide for our family. And no government should tell us to sit at home where they give us some kind of debt, why they give us some kind of bailout, $1,200. $1,200, I don't want it, but it ain't gonna even cover the rent on anyone's home that I know of because the average one bedroom home is right around $1,200. Most people have families and they live bigger than a one bedroom apartment. So it's getting out of control. So many people are lining up. They demand for the government to lock us down. They demand for the government to come, pull us over, ticket us. And the buffoons, the fools, the monkeys in our society are going to work with the government to take our rights away, which is the most craziest thing because they never lived in a country like I have, Iran, where there's dictators. You don't have a right to do X, you don't have a right to do Y, you don't have a right to do anything from your religion to how you dress to what you can go, how you don't want to live in a country like that, ladies and gentlemen. And for someone that has lived in this country like myself, in Iran where there's a dictator, and someone that has lived in America, I can tell you guys, even though that I feel like America is getting less and less freedom, we can see it right now with the tyranny that's happening with this bug, right? They're telling you can't go out. They're telling you can't go to work. You can't provide for your family. So more and more our rights are getting stripped away. And I'm just want to ring the bell for everyone that, hey, ladies and gentlemen, you can't live in fear, right? I mean, I think Thomas Jefferson said it right. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember the quote exactly, but he says, if you're, if you want security, something like that, if you want security, and you're willing to give up your freedom, then you shouldn't have both. You wouldn't get freedom and you won't get security. That's exactly how Hitler did it. This is exactly how Stalin did it. This is exactly how all these massive, crazy individuals with power hungry, with racism, with prejudice, are, you know, vanished. Millions of Jews vanished, killed billions of people, millions of people all over the world. So tyranny is never called tyranny. It's called safety, security, bailout, economic handout, fear. And I hope you guys and ladies, realize that, hey, yes, there are darknesses out here, but there's also light out here, and we have the right by nature, we have the right by Mother Earth to be free people, to be able to gather food for our family, to pursue happiness, and no one should be able to take our rights away. We don't give a rat's ass, because even in the Constitution, it doesn't say because there's a bug that the government can now do martial law. Now the government can now take your rights away. And now the government can do it with due processing. And that's ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen, because the more they take from us, the harder it is to get any of this stuff back. And now we're living by a government that doesn't even obey its own constitution, where they created an amendment where the Fed was created, where they could print out money, when the Constitution clearly said they don't want that. They don't want central bankers. We're living at a constitution where we have these rights of due process, and they're now kicking those rights away because of they want to control us. And the Big Brother is like a cancer. The more you let it eat, the more it'll expand, the more it'll grow, and eventually we're going to be like living in people in Iran if people like myself don't ring the alarm bell. And if you're listening, please share this message, because I know it's scary times out there, but it looks like they're setting it up to have even more devastation than the bug can create for us, because of devastation of food shortages. Eventually there's going to be riots in the streets. Today I did the new flip. I just bought a product from a seller, guys. I mean, I'm talking about the product was almost $1,000. I give the guy $125, ladies and gentlemen. I give him, it was brand new. It was a 2020. Okay, the new flip. I gave him $125, and I just put it for sale, and I already got an offer for $400 for it in a matter of like 5 minutes. So, we're living in an era where the buyer that I bought it from said, man, he worked in a restaurant, he hasn't been able to work, and he's out of money, so he's selling his things to be able to pay for his food, to pay for his gas. And I thought to myself, man, the tyranny of this, sure, we have this bug. We should have the freedom. If some of us don't want to go to work, then we shouldn't. If some of us want to go to work, then we should. But we shouldn't have an external big brother government telling us what to do, how do we do it. When these governments didn't prepare for us, they told us we don't need masks. Now they're telling us we need masks. The same government created millions and millions and millions of dollars in endless wars, and they didn't stock up on defibrillators. They didn't stock up on medicine. They didn't stock up on masks. So these guys don't have any clue on how to run a society besides control, besides war, besides warmongering and fear. They have all the bombs, all the missiles. They made Lockheed Martin rich. They made the Boeings rich. But the average worker, again, is got to sell their stuff at a dirt cheap just to be able to buy food. And this is what Big Brother is. As the founding fathers said, we need less of Big Brother. We don't need Big Brother up in our ass telling us what we can wear, what we can put into our bodies, how we can do it, what can we do, when can we go out. We don't need that stuff, man. Okay, this is not China and this is not Iran, but we're turning into these countries if people like you and like myself don't start thinking for ourselves that, hey, tyranny is never called tyranny. It's called safety, called bailout, they call it the economy handout. And because of fear, these congressmen are passing laws left and right that are taking away our freaking rights, and no one's even saying anything. There's people in the streets cheering for them. People on Facebook like, yeah, man, take our rights away, take our rights away, take our rights away. They're being snitches and ratting out people and trying to figure out how to report people to the police because they're out there, at the park with their kids. And so we're living in a society where so much programming has allowed the people to become slaves versus freedom. Just regular human being that wants freedom. And that's very, very sad to see that happen in America, because I came from a country that was suppressed and I know how it looks like, and we're heading that way. That's why I say in America this is the best country ever, because I've seen the worst countries and I know why this is the best country. And this is what I do for you guys, because I want you guys to have abundance, no matter if we have an up market, sideways market, downward market. And in America you can do that, and we have to fight for our rights. We have to stand up for our rights, because if we don't, they're going to take it away from us, and this is going to be the next Iran. This is going to be the next China, slowly but surely. Maybe not by your lifetime, but your kids' lifetime, your kids' lifetime. And today you can see that the privatization of jails has discriminated on blacks, minorities versus the whites. And I'm not trying to be discriminating, but there's all kinds of people, including white people, in the prison system, because we have privatized. We turn our prison system into a business. We can see massive amount of shooting by the police because it's just a business. The police are giving people tickets left and right, and not going after the rapists, not going after the murderers because it's dangerous for them, but they're willing to do speed traps to take your freaking money, but not go do the dangerous work because they're scared. Okay, we're seeing where we're bombing every fucking country. We're bombing countries where people make less than $1 a day, and we're bombing them with one bomb, couple of $1 million that bomb costs us. So think about it. We need to use that money to have better hospitals, to have better stuff for us in America, better roads, better schools. I mean, our schools are coming so last. It's just a propaganda show. And at one time in America, we were the kings of production. We were the kings of gold. We had the most gold ever. And today, I don't think that is it. We haven't audited the safe where they keep all the American gold for decades now, ladies and gentlemen. Decades and decades. There's probably no gold there. It's no secret that we don't produce shit here in America no more. China produces everything. There's no secret in that, ladies and gentlemen. And if we allow Big Brother to keep moving forward, they want us all to starve, from what I look like. They want us all to borrow money from the bank to be indebted, because if we're indebted, that's a new slavery, and they can control us more. If you have a job, they can control you because they could close down your employee. But if you work for yourself, if you're an entrepreneur, they can't control you as much. And that's why I do my channel, is to help you be your dreams, so you can have abundance no matter what the market is. You can have abundance. You don't have to beg a banker. You don't have to beg your employee. You don't have to beg the government for $1,200, where you can have a cushion so you can be your dreams. Thank you for watching. Before I forget, guys, if you're interested in finding deals in the 2020 economic class, you may consider going to MrNoFluff.com, again, MrNoFluff.com, and downloading the new flip, where I teach you how to invest $100, start this business, and turn it into multi-thousands of dollars a month, depends on the amount of time you have to invest in yourself. Okay, so I show you how to take $100 and turn it to $500, or turn it to $400, or turn it to $700 in a matter of hours, ladies and gentlemen, in a matter of hours. And that's at MrNoFluff.com. If you're interested in finding owner financing deals, then consider going to MrNoFluff.com and downloading my owner financing for profits. Again, owner financing for profits. Just got a few left before the sell is over, guys. Thanks so much. Much love. Peace.